yes. Welcome all of my friends to Couch Pilots, the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, but you can call me the Black Magnetron.
Magnetron? Macklemore.
The Black
Macklemore.
The Black Lamore, and across from me is my thrift store pal. It's Captain Philip Ressisher.
Good evening, my friend. It's been so long since we've seen each other's faces.
Yeah, yes it is.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You got a haircut?
Yeah, I did. I got a haircut. Why do we see each other more?
Because we're not doing Broken Funny Bone? Or I refuse. I always say no to every invite you give me.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay, great. No, I mean you open the door. I'm gonna kick it down.
I'm Honest Abe. That's what they call me.
No one's ever called you Honest
Abe.
Abe.
Tons of people have called me Honest Abe.
I've heard him call you Honest Engine. I've heard him call you Shit for Brains. Never heard him call you
and
Honest.
Douchebag.
Oh yeah. And I've heard him call you Fly Ninja, and that's it. For a while, you would be like, "Why don't you ever hang out with me outside of podcasting?" And then, I do invite you to things.
Yeah.
I'm always like, "Hey guys, who wants to go to trivia? Who wants to go get some drinks and answer questions incorrectly?" And you say, "Not me. I'm not doing it."
I don't think it's that way.
And it's like, things happen. We're just talking about an event happening this weekend, and you're not doing it. And you have a good excuse there, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'm the one trying now.
No, you are. You're trying real hard, and I commend you, and I appreciate you for that. The thing is it's all a situation in regards to timing.
Yeah.
I have a very full plate.
Right.
Well, you're just acting like you.
Yeah. Well,
you're acting like you don't want to hear my logistics.
I don't know what the reason is. You don't want to hang out.
No, it's not that I don't want to hang out. A lot of times it's just that it's bad timing. Either I've front loaded my week and I'm tired, or I've back loaded my week and I need to rest up.
Okay, that's fine. You know what I do? I burn this shit at both ends.
But you can do that because you don't have to have energy for sex.
You having a lot of sex, Blake?
You don't have. Well, you got a lot of stuff going on, but you're young. I'm 6 years older than you.
We're about the same age.
I'm 6 years older than you.
Right.
But no, it's definitely not because I don't want to. It truly is because there's either been a front load that's made me exhausted, or I know that there's stuff coming up. Summertime is so bad for me. Summertime is bad for me.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it right there. I feel like we could be on the cusp of our first big argument.
But now you know me well enough to know this is going to bother me now that you've been completely honest with me. I'd prefer when you lie to me.
No, it's fine because I've been waiting. I just want to. In a few months from now, I'm going to harvest a giant pearl from you. This little irritation in you. It's gonna manifest.
I feel bad
harden.
because I always bitch. Like you said, I always bitch about how we don't hang out, and then.
It's not just you. Sometimes I'll put that out there to everyone. And you know what Big E says? He's like, you know what? 3:30 rolls around, I'm in bed.
You got to admit that's rough.
That guy works hard.
Yeah, that guy works hard. So that's rough.
That's fine. All of my friends are unavailable to me. That's fine. That's why we're doing this Peoria podcasting thing, so I can find some new fucking friends.
Can we? Hey, is there any way we can get go into the next meeting?
What's that?
Is there any way we can get go into the next meeting?
You want to get out of it?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I'm backloaded.
You front loaded the week?
I backloaded the week.
Oh, so you need to rest up? You need to spend that day resting up? Yeah, okay. I'll come up with an excuse. I'll say he's too busy not hanging out with me to be here. How about that?
No. I'm gonna go. I'm in 2 bowling leagues now.
Whose fault is that? Who are these people that you're bowling with?
Pretty much strangers.
Strangers. So you say, you know what I want to do? I want to spend my time with strangers versus the people that have been there through me through thick and also thin. I tell you what, it's fucking mostly thick with you, pal.
You're damn right it is.
I'd rather see people I've never met in my life stick my fingers in stinky balls and throw them down a lane the walls are covered with nicotine from the 70s than spend 5 minutes with someone who's been through me with thick and thick.
Does that make me an asshole?
I don't know, man. You're the one who's got to look at yourself in the mirror.
Hey, folks, Twitter, hashtag Blake's an asshole or Blake's a saint. Nobody uses our Twitter anyway, but If they do,
I tell you, a few people have used the Twitter.
if you side with me, hashtag Blake's a saint, and if you side with Captain Megatron here,
Magnetron.
hashtag Blake's an asshole.
Like Black Magnet, but Magnetron.
Magnetron is he. You know, you do a good tagline when people can't pronounce what it was because it was so good that they can't top it.
Yeah, that's a hallmark of a good tagline for sure. Hey, folks, listen. I'm sorry I've berated Blake for most of the. I'm sorry. I loaded the. What did you say?
Front loaded.
Front loaded. I front loaded this episode with a beration of Blake, but let's get into something that we can both agree on, and that's in a couple weeks from now. We got a little event going on. It's called CouchCon.
CouchCon 2018. Super pumped about it. I am going to go to that.
Oh, are you? You've made time for it? You've told a bunch of strangers you won't be there for the league that night?
Right. I said, find me a sub because I'm going to New York. Madison Square Garden.
I tell you what, they bring a fourth guy on the team they've never seen before. They probably think it's fucking you. They don't know.
Well, actually, what's going to happen is we scheduled it this year to where it's on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Smart.
And so Sunday I'll bowl in the morning, and then I'll catch a
Thursday
flight.
night.
I'll catch a red eye.
Right.
And then I'll be back. Wednesday night I'll catch a red eye back so I can bowl on Thursday.
That's right, because I forgot you. Sunday you missed church to bowl.
Right.
And then Thursday night you missed church to bowl. Right. Yeah.
Right.
That Thursday night church, you can't miss it.
No. It's kind of like the warm-up church, right? It's like, what's going to work? Now, that's when the preacher man's like, okay, I wrote this on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a stand-up comic.
Sure, yeah.
It's kind of like Louis C.K. going back and after 9 months of being quiet, is like, I wrote some jokes.
Dipping his toes in the water. What can I get away with?
I'm going to surprise the Thursday night crowd.
Yeah.
And come unannounced and see if everybody boos me or if they laugh.
Yeah. What is it ready? Is it time for Louis C.K. to come back?
No, it's not time for him to come back.
Is he done forever in your eyes?
I don't know. I'm kind of I don't believe what he did was right, but kind of like with Michael.
That's where we differ.
Kind of like with Michael Jackson. I mean, he fucked a bunch of kids, but
Did he?
Thriller is a good fucking album, right? So I can separate the man from the art.
It is difficult, though.
Well, that's like with us. I mean, a lot of people listen to this show,
Right.
And they're like, I don't want anything to do with those guys. Those guys are fucking horrible.
Sure.
But they hang out with us like on a Wednesday night or a Monday night.
Monday night's okay.
And they're like, these guys are nice guys.
I guess.
So we're like Louis C.K.
Yeah. Except we don't pull our cock out in front of ladies.
No. Actually, I start to do it, and they go, no.
They say, all right, zip. See you later. I think it's just another opportunity where a guy says, hey, look at all the money I have, and now I can just
do whatever I want.
I feel like I can do whatever I want.
That's why I don't even check our Patreon anymore, because I don't want to get like that. I don't,
Yeah.
you know, we're making so much money on the Patreon that I don't even want to look at it.
And I've never seen it, so I can't let it go to my head, so I always have to keep my penis in my pants.
Sure.
That's where God intended. That's the sermon this Thursday night, the warm-up, right? Keep your penis in your pants?
Keep your penis in your pants.
CouchCon is going to be very exciting. There's actually a new event we're adding Tuesday right before lunch.
Okay.
And it's part and parcel with a contest that
Tuesday
we're announcing.
is a full day.
It's pretty full, but there's going to be a little seminar.
You don't want to make it for Wednesday?
Do we have more time on Wednesday?
We have a lot more time on Wednesday.
Let's move it to Wednesday then.
Okay.
There's a contest that we're announcing today on Couch
yes,
Pilots.
contest.
It's called Host Couch Pilots. Okay? Blake and I have been doing it to very mixed reactions over the past few years. And I tell you what, if you want to do it, now is your opportunity. You can host Couch Pilots. We want an essay between 5 and 100 million words.
Right.
And then there's going to be some seminars on the best ways to go about it, how to write an essay, persuasive writings, all these things you can learn at CouchCon for an hour seminar. And who is hosting that?
Your guess is as good as mine.
That's right. Your guess. He's coming all the way from Russia to do this. He's a famous essayist.
Vladimir Putin?
No, his name is Your Guess.
My guess.
No, Your Guess. His name is Your Guess.
No, my guess is your guess.
That's correct.
Right.
Very good. So he'll be here to teach everyone about how to write a proper essay. And if I were you and going to CouchCon, I think this is your best opportunity to get a leg up on the contest.
Sure.
You don't have to go to CouchCon.
Get a leg over, boy. Yeah, yeah. You know I ain't that handsome.
On the back of his songs.
But you know I ain't shy, shy, shy. The actual words are get naked, but I like to say get leg up.
Oh, I like that. I like that better.
I'm trying to be appropriate.
I like your way better.
Thanks. I like your way better too.
Go to CouchCon if you already got a ticket. If you don't, you're out of luck. It's sold out. But I tell you right now, you don't have to go to CouchCon to enter the contest.
Right. This is something I didn't talk to you about, but droves and droves of people have contacted us. I mean, obviously, Madison Square Garden sold out.
Big venue.
No tickets available. So what we're thinking about doing is doing a live stream on the internet for those who can't make it.
Yeah.
Now, we had to get some cameras and some servers and stuff.
Yeah.
Some server space and stuff like that.
You had to get a bunch of servers.
Right. So if you want, you can go on Amazon.com and you can register to get the live feed, the 3-day live feed. And that also includes at night, there is a camera in your hotel room and my hotel room.
Right.
And people can, it's kind of like Big Brother where there's like 4 cameras at
Sure.
all times. You can watch whatever you want. And it's only $450. To live stream that
It's
for
not
free.
bad.
No,
It's not bad.
I mean,
in the comfort of your own home?
right. Just think how much it's going to cost to fly out there to get your ticket to hotel, food, board, cocaine.
Right. All
So
those things add up quick.
To me, it's I'm giving it to you. Basically,
It is pretty much a gift from us to you. So you're welcome, first of all. Second of all, go to couchpilotspodcast.com and you can enter the contest any way that our social media, any way you can contact us, that's how you enter it. So if you got an essay, put it on Twitter. 5 words, guess what? You can do up to 240 characters on Twitter.
Right.
All right?
You're not going to use that big of words like
No.
Mississippi and
Ugh.
Yugoslavia.
And your guess, nothing like that.
Right. Yeah, you can email us. You can put it on our Facebook. We have a Facebook page. Post it all on there. There is no limit to the characters.
There's no limit, just like the soldiers. We're picking 2 winners, and there will be 2 people will host at the same time, and then you and I will be guests on that show.
Right. We're not gonna fly or anything.
No, we're not going to fly. I'm not going to do any of the prep work that I do. I slave.
Oh, really?
I slave over the prep work. It's going to be all up to them to host the show.
So we're like having a contest for other people to work.
I wouldn't say it like that.
Okay.
It's like a week off that we get.
We have an exciting contest
Very exciting.
where you can become world famous.
Yeah. So enter today, and in a few weeks from now, we are going to announce the winners.
Sure.
So it's going to be after CouchCon. It's a few weeks after CouchCon.
Do you have a date of the cutoff date?
What is today? Today is October 1st.
October 1st.
We'll say mid-November. Let's say November 15th.
Oh, wow.
So that's
Okay.
6 weeks from now. You have 6
Do you think
weeks.
that's giving people too much time?
I do think so, yeah.
Can we make it October 31st?
Yeah.
Halloween. Oh, all people have to have their submissions in by Halloween. Whoa.
Do you have any fan feedback?
Fan feedback. Ooh, that's an interesting thing. The Dylon number is not being used.
Did you say Dylon? Mm-hmm. Dylon?
Yeah, I mean it's represent my boy.
Dylon!
I love that guy. He's a cute kid. Let's see screenshots.
No one's calling the phone number?
No, nobody's been calling.
They should call it because they want to hear them.
I want to hear him too. But we did hear from Chris Tuckley, our UK buddy here, and
The UK connection.
He commented on our Facebook page on season 12, episode 8, Mr. Ed.
He's really coming up here.
He's catching up.
I remember Mr. Ed. You remember how sexy it was?
Oh yeah, it was the scene at the end in the barn with the wife and the husband.
It was Sherry Lee Fenn from Twin Peaks playing the mom.
Right.
And it was all just like, it was very bosomy.
Yes, and the daughter was, that fucking daughter. Right?
She was probably 18, right?
Yeah. Chris Tuckley says, #comment, does it matter that I'm 26 weeks late? So he's saying, I want to make a comment. Am I too late?
Well, it's comment or Cupid was the old hashtags, and comment was you can't make a comment.
Right. Well, he would comment it on the page. So because you get frequent flyer points if you comment or a post. So I was
you can't comment on the interesting facts. Is
right.
What it was.
Well, yeah, but he's not talking about that. He's just wanting to comment on the episode. And so I put Chris Tuckley. No, you can comment whenever, buddy. Ha ha ha. You're catching up, though. And he posts, Couch Pilots. I've just heard the episode where I earned my first frequent flyer points.
Yeah.
Hashtag greatest moment in life and hashtag blessed.
A lot of times people will take the show and they will print the show out. And they will put it on their wall for the first time they receive their frequent flyer points. I don't blame them.
No, it was a big deal. And
It's like when a restaurant makes their first $1 and they put it above the register.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same thing.
And so I put Chris Tuckley as a dedicated listener. You have 140 million points in your account at this
Lord
time.
almighty.
Yeah.
Did you check the pachinko machine? Is that accurate?
Yeah.
We just had it serviced, so I would imagine it is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
I got one more we'll do. I just wanted to comment on our episode that blew up on the internet. And we became real
Wonder why
famous.
that is, huh?
Yeah. We had the guys from the Challenge podcast, the famous podcasters who get millions of downloads.
They do it's a White Wolf, Brian, and it is also Tim, and they do a podcast sometimes with their wives and girlfriends and just a mix. Actually, no, they're both wives. It's not like they're cheating on them. And they talk about MTV's show Challenge.
Sure.
And it's about like the road rules, real world. They're basically just these reality stars going through challenges, and the show actually does very well.
Right.
God bless them.
And we had them on our show, and that episode that we had them on had over 1,200 downloads.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
That show,
savor it, right?
that show had more downloads than we had.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. Do not say it.
All right. I got some more fan feedback, but we'll hold off.
Yeah.
I got one more. We'll hold off. But the dial-on number,
Dylan.
it's 910 Pilots 1. Give us a call. We'll play your voicemail on the show, and we'll interact with you. That's a lot of head.
Well, I'm trying to get drunk a little bit.
Does that make you more drunk if you drink the head?
No, it saves from being a mess.
Oh, all right. Well, are you ready to board this plane?
No,
Okay.
don't press it yet. All right, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
Oh, shit. I'm so used to pressing the buttons myself, I wasn't prepared.
Proper preparation prevents a piss poor performance.
What my associate is trying to say is that our brake pads are really cool. You're not even going to believe it. Like, let's say you're driving along the road with your family, and you're driving along, la, 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 and then all of a sudden, there's a truck tire in the middle of the road, and you hit the brakes. Whoa. That was close. Now let's see what happens when you're driving with the other guy's brake pads. You're driving along, and all of a sudden the kids are yelling in the backseat, I gotta go to the bathroom, Daddy! Not now, damn it! Truck tire, eat! I can't stop! Help! There's a cliff! Ah! And your family's screaming, oh my God, we're burning alive! I can't feel my legs! In comes the meat wagon, and the medic gets out and says, oh my God. New guy's in the corner puking his guts out, all because you wanted to save a few extra pennies. To me, it just doesn't make sense.
Tommy boy.
Yeah.
At first, when you first start reading it, I wrote down Glengarry Glen Ross because it sounded a lot like that movie.
Yeah.
But I think it's Tommy Boy.
I like Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah, coffee is for closers.
Yeah, some fucking knives, right? You win some fucking knives. You don't close, you get some fucking knives.
ABC. What does that stand for?
Always be closing.
Hell yeah. And you know what? Hell yeah to Tommy Boy. To me, Tommy Boy, you look at the movie, and it seems like a very silly movie. But at the core of it, there's a lot of heart. Just like Couch Pilots.
Nice. Did you see the new Norm Macdonald TV show on Netflix?
I've seen a couple, 3-4 episodes.
David Spade's the first one.
Yeah, I saw it. What?
It kind of reminded me of Karaoke Big E because they're not really prepared. And they just go ahead and just do it. It's a good time, but they don't have their pencils loaded.
Did you watch his podcast when he had one?
No, I didn't watch a podcast.
Okay, so he had a podcast, and obviously you could get it like in just audio form, but it was also on YouTube, right?
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So and they had a set and everything, and they had really big name guests on. I don't know how he did it, but there wasn't a lot to it then, and it was super dirty. Like there was an episode, I think a 2-part episode with Gilbert Gottfried where they just kept talking about licking Hitler's asshole.
Nice.
I'm not joking. That's what they said. Licking Hitler's asshole over and over. And then the Netflix says, hey, Norm Macdonald, we want to give you a talk show. What do you think about that? He says, all right. And then they take everything away. I can't access any of his old shows.
Oh, really?
They're all gone.
Wow.
Because they were so fucking dirty
Right.
and slightly homophobic and slightly racist, but all in the best ways possible.
But then he gets himself into trouble right when the stuff premieres.
I read about that.
Yeah.
But and you know what? It was funny because I went on Netflix to watch it the other day. I was at a music fest all weekend, so I didn't get to watch it on Friday when it premiered. And I get home Sunday, and I'm looking Norm Macdonald, and I don't see it on Netflix. I'm like, what? And then I go online, and I see there's controversy. I hadn't heard about it at all. I was like, oh my God, fucking Norm Macdonald. If you got your show pulled before it even got started, I'm gonna shit on the floor. Not the case. I found it, thankfully. But yes, it said it. He made some comments sounding like he was defending Roseanne Barr and Louis C.K.
Yeah. But I digress.
I'd defend them.
Tommy Boy, watch it.
I don't know. Roseanne's fine. You know what you're getting with her, right? You know what you're getting.
Right. You shouldn't be shocked. Like with us. We're almost 160 deep.
We
right?
were talking a couple episodes back about ladies squirting, female ejaculate. You know what you're getting with us.
Right. If this is the first time you listen, that's probably why you're not coming back.
Yeah.
But
see you later. Sayonara, sucker.
Sayonara, Sirea. But if you are like Chris Tuckley and you're trying to catch up so you can live in the now,
Right.
you're loving it.
Yeah, just like McDonald's.
Proceed. I didn't mean to digress you.
Today we discussed the pilot episode of The Plot Thickens from the year of our Lord 1963. Bop ba ba ba. Great year.
1963, right? We're talking the Beatles.
Yes.
We're talking.
Yes, the Beatles.
Right. We're talking.
They're coming to America.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Today.
Right. We're talking British invasion.
Oh, we're coming to America.
We're talking about cigarettes being okay and
Cigarettes.
healthy.
Hell yeah.
Pregnant women.
We're coming to America.
Pregnant women smoking cigarettes, drinking Jack Daniels.
Light it up, baby.
This is back when guys were at the
Men were men.
Men were men. They were at the dinner table. They were at the breakfast table. They had suits on.
Yeah.
They read the newspaper. They
Yeah.
went to work, and their wives kept their fucking mouths shut. Hail to 1963.
Boom. You're eating well done roast beef and steak every night. You keel over from a heart attack at dinner, and your family keeps moving along.
You're making money. The economy's doing great.
Boom.
1963.
Greatest generation. Now, oh Jesus, gotta get that away from you. So 1963, I wasn't born. It was questionable whether or not you were. You're so old, you may have been born.
I wasn't born yet.
No, you weren't?
No, it was still 12 years before I was born.
Oh, I was negative 18. That's fine. That makes sense. All right. So since we weren't there, it's not like you and I can say, remember back to 1963 when women were smoking cigarettes in the womb, right? We can't. We don't remember that.
No.
So we have to go back there in our minds. And to do so, we talk about things that happened that year so we can properly put ourselves in that mindset so we can judge the pilot in question.
Right. We are going to rate this pilot, and we cannot rate this pilot based on 2018 criteria.
No, it's not fair.
It would be, they would all be ones, right?
We can do it. Okay? Nothing is saying that we can't do it. But you and I, we're honest engine. We're honest Abes, right?
Right.
We're
It's all about being fair.
Yeah.
Okay?
We're shitheads. We're douchebags, right?
Yeah, we're fuck faces.
So we're going to go back to that time to make sure that we can properly judge. You know, we did that backwards episode. I don't like that. I don't think we're going to do that again.
I don't think it went very well either.
No, we're not going to do that ever
We
again.
actually, like on our downloads, we went backwards on our downloads.
You can't do that. That's not fair.
Let's not. Hey, guys, we're just trying to keep it fresh. And you know what? That was stinky.
Guess what, guys? We tried something and it failed.
Yeah, fuck us, right?
Yeah, fuck us right in our ear holes. October 2nd, Dodgers' Sandy Koufax strikes out World Series record 15 Yankees.
The dude was amazing. Sandy Koufax, and that's back in the day where you pitched 9 innings. There was no middle reliever. You pitched 9 innings.
Pansy-ass motherfuckers.
And you pitched fucking 3 times a week.
He was out there on the mound with a bottle of whiskey, right? And a cigarette, smoking while he was...
Oh, yeah. He's the only guy to strike out 15 Yankees while smoking a pack of cigarettes.
Yep, an entire pack.
You know what?
This was during the World Series, too. That's like... That alone is like, oh, now you're a legend forever.
Right.
Everyone knows Sandy Koufax, right?
Right.
Are you a Dodgers fan?
Oh no,
No, it was the Brooklyn Dodgers, and now it's the L.A. Dodgers, right?
No Sleep Till Brooklyn. That's what that song was about by the Beastie Boys. When the Brooklyn Dodgers left,
Yeah. They decided to never go to sleep until they came back.
Yep.
And that's how Adam Yauch died, right?
yeah, that's how he died.
From insomnia. His body never had a chance to
But
recover.
I bet Dustin didn't know that piece of music trivia.
Yeah, take
did
that,
he?
Dusty. You know Adam Yauch died from the Dodgers. October 10th, From Russia with Love, the second James Bond film based on a novel by Ian Fleming starring Sean Connery and Daniela Bianchi, premieres in London.
Sean Connery, great actor, made 007.
Greatest American actor ever.
Right. He had a fake Scottish accent, but he was.
Is that what that was? I
Yeah.
always thought he had I thought his father drank a lot of Jack and his mom smoked a lot of cigarettes while he was in the womb.
His dad jacked off on him. That's why he.
No,
sounded like that?
Jack Daniels.
Oh, I thought you said because his dad jacked off.
I thought that's why he had that act
No,
because he had it was slightly had alcohol.
Sure,
fetal
it's
alcohol.
like this, you know.
My name is Bond,
Yeah, like that.
James Bond.
Yeah, Highlander.
You ever watch that cartoon James Bond Jr.?
No, is it good?
No, it's terrible. Yeah. You watch the James Bond movies? You don't watch any fucking
No.
movies.
I hate James Bond movies.
What? You hate them?
Yeah.
Why?
I have to watch a movie that I can relate to or somewhat seem realistic. Some guy hanging off a helicopter in a tuxedo, shooting people, falls down into some girl's bed and has sex with this beautiful woman. Doesn't happen in real
You
life.
definitely can't relate to that.
No.
You ever watch the show The Office?
Yeah.
I like that show.
Okay.
And I said to my buddy, I said, "Hey, Dave, you're my friend." He said, "Yes." You watch The Office? That's a funny show. He said, "I don't watch that fucking shit." I said, "Why not?" He's like, "Because I work in an office. I don't want to work in an office and then come home and watch a bunch of people in an office, right?" Yeah. I say the same to you. Why would you want to watch things that you can relate to? Don't you want to be lost in fanaticism and the fantasticness that is the theater of the mind?
No.
Okay.
I that's why I don't like superhero movies. That's why I think all fucking nerds watch superhero movies.
Right. What about Ant-Man and the Wasp?
That's why I watch so much porn, because I can relate
How
to
can you
what's
relate to
going
that?
on. Oh, I just slinging bitches left and right.
Did you used to be a pizza delivery guy?
Yeah.
You did?
I'm here to deliver the sausage.
I remember when I did that. Time to jack off to it. October 13th, Beatlemania is coined
I told you.
after Beatles appear at Palladium.
The Palladium? Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you said
Coming to America
today, I think that the Beatles, the first half of their careers as the Beatles,
right,
was awesome. The songs are great. Then they got all hippy dippy and into the Dalai Lama and stuff, and I don't like that as much. But great stuff. One time I posted on Facebook that I thought that Ringo Starr was like the worst drummer ever, and I'm not a drummer, obviously.
and you got slaughtered.
I got fucking slaughtered.
Yeah.
They're like, he invented blah blah blah.
Right.
And I was like,
right.
but he just, to me, it seems so basic.
It's funny because he's the shittiest Beatle, but people will say he's the drummer.
He is the drummer.
There's
of all
like 10
drummers.
drummers, and he is in the top 10,
Right, and
easily.
I got so slammed by people that I really respected, and I felt
People you really respect.
no, yeah, like musicians and stuff.
Sure.
And they ate me a new asshole.
Well, Jesus. Find a better way to say that. He's the only Beatle I've ever seen live. Do you know that?
You saw him live? Oh,
Yeah.
with his all-star band.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like what was the guy's name?
Edgar Winter, he was there. He sang
Oh.
that Frankenstein song.
Yeah, and then Edgar Renteria, he was on
Sure,
bass.
sure.
Yeah.
And they had
Towns
like
Van Sant.
Mr. Remember that guy from the 80s? Mr.
Yeah.
That guy was there. Basically, what is one? Okay, so he tours, right?
Right. And he can't find people that'll stick around with him, and so he just gets a bunch of famous people to go like 3 months with him, and they're tired of him by the end of
I
it.
think that's smart though, because what he does is he takes all these like people who had maybe like 1 to 3 hits from the 70s and 80s,
Right.
and he tours with those
And
people.
they plays their songs.
They play their songs And then he says, I'm going to play a song from a famous band I was in. He can't say the Beatles. He can't say it.
Oh, really?
He can't say it. He's like, there's a band. He's like, there's a band I used to be in. I'm going to play a song for you now.
Why can't you say that? He was.
I think there's something where like you have to pay X amount of money every time you say
Paul
it.
McCartney can say it though, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think I've ever heard Paul McCartney say that.
I don't think he can.
Wow.
But he play like like Octopus's Garden and all that fucking shit that he's saying.
An octopus's garden.
But yeah, you see, so you have all these guys that come out and they play their hits. They all play their instruments, and you're basically hearing a kind of a jukebox greatest hits of these people for an hour and a half, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I saw him at the Horseshoe Casino in Gary, Indiana.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was me and some lady who was really into the Beatles went there.
Did you have sex that night?
You know that I did. High five that shit. She's a cop now. What do you think about that? Yeah, she could arrest my guy.
Did she put you in handcuffs and say you have the right to remain silent, little bitch?
You know, it's funny. She used to be a paralegal, and now she's a cop. So she's been on both the law and the order side of things.
Wow.
And I was seeing her when she was a paralegal.
I wonder if it's any different now that she's on the law.
I wanted her to tase me in my asshole. Why did we choose to watch The Plot Thickens?
3 simple criteria, folks. One, it was a pilot that didn't go to series. One and done. Whether it aired or not is...
We're coming to America.
It's coming to America. Number 2, we had to find it on the internet. And number 3, it had to be free.
Yeah, that's it. It's just that simple. We're never complicated. You and I aren't complicated as human beings. We're very.
Right.
Some would say that we're simpletons.
Right. Avril Lavigne said that song, "Why You Gotta Be So Complicated?"
Right.
I've never listened to it because
I can't relate to it.
Yeah.
So, and you can't relate.
Right,
You don't
so I don't
listen to
listen to
things
it.
you can't relate to.
Right.
So, where can you find the entire episode of The Plot Thickens? Well, you can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice. And then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube.
And you know what to do too. It's a lot better.
Remember when I came up with that?
Yeah.
YouTube and DoTube? It's like a year ago.
Yeah, that's great. It's one of the, it's one of the few things that you've contributed to this show.
What? DSJ, there he is. Oh, Jesus. What do you throw a rock at us?
No, he is pissed. He is pissed at me, and that's for a later conversation. He is mad.
I'll tell you why he's mad at me, is I ordered him a ref contest for CouchCon when he's reffing the Banana Pudding Didi versus Lori Garcia match, and I got him a size too small.
Oh,
He looks like a fucking sausage in there.
Oh, I thought it was because it was one of those vanilla wafer costumes, but it's because it was too small, not because it was vanilla wafer costume.
We talked. He knew it was going to be a black and white striped vanilla wafer costume, but it is a size too small.
It's all right.
He says he's losing. He can't. He's circulation is no good. I didn't fucking know you knew what the word circulation meant.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just means his balls won't get hard.
Summary of the pilot: balls get hard. Jesus. I think we need to have a conversation offline. I think about
your balls have never gotten hard because they're so full.
I
don't.
No.
Yeah.
I think you and I have to palpate after this. You ever PayPal a palpate? A game where 4 panelists in a set roughly resembling a courtroom sit opposite 4 suspects. They watch a film that runs about 10 minutes showing a murder mystery. They evaluate it and cross-examine the characters from the film. If one of them guesses the perpetrator from the clues offered and beats one of the panelists who's a professional detective, a monetary prize is given.
Okay, well, on this one, it is a very thorough summary. It's long, but it has to be long because of the intricacies of this. I'm going to give it a B+.
Okay, that's fair. A lot of yours lately has kind of been sitting around a B. So
buzz, buzz, buzz goes that busy little bee. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm gonna sting Jason's foot.
No.
Hey, I'm Ringo Starr, the bee. I'm just sitting here.
I'm Stingo Starr.
I'm just sitting here in the ground in Jason's yard. Oh, here it comes. Buzz. Ah, I got him. His ankle's gonna be so swollen.
Stingo Star.
Stingo Star.
You almost sound like the lion from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, courage. But I don't wanna.
Interesting facts.
Interesting facts, guys. This is just a segment of the show. We had to name it Interesting Facts because, well, iTunes made us. Jason has scoured the internet. He has found facts about this show that you wouldn't know if you just watched it. You know, you found it on YouTube, you just watched it. You wouldn't know all this inside stuff.
Right.
The main thing is, guys,
And girls.
just don't do it.
Don't do it, guys.
Don't share your opinions.
Who do you think you are to do it? Don't do it.
No, don't share your opinions. Just keep them to yourself. Otherwise you're going to taint everyone's experience. You like that? You like that word, don't you? Taint. That's you like that word when I say it, taint. So, Jason, give us some interesting facts.
Oh, I absolutely. A co-production of sci-fi / horror schlockmeister William Castle and John Goodell, who had achieved success as the producer of Groucho Marx' hit 3 years on the radio and 9 years on TV quiz show, You Bet Your Life.
Okay.
Fact.
Groucho Marx, very good.
Same concept as the early 1950s series Crawford Mystery Theater of only a single kinescope survives. A kinescope is a recording of a television program.
Oh.
And Crawford Mystery Theater, also known as Public Prosecutor, is an American television program broadcast on the Dumont Television Network Thursdays at 9:30 p.m.
Is it DuPont?
Dumont.
Okay.
DuPont is what?
DuPont, they make paint and stuff.
I think Dumont sells canned fruit.
Okay. Oh, Dumonte.
Right.
Dumonte.
Yep, that was them. When
Satan's son, right? Dumonte.
Yeah. Beelzebub. Lucifer Almighty. When the Murder in the Crystal Ball logo appears, a 1963 Screen Gems copyright credit can be seen below it.
Okay. All right.
Fact.
Yes.
The pilot was included in Shout Factory's You Bet Your Life, the best episodes DVD set.
Okay.
You know, have you ever heard of the Shout Factory? Mm-mm. They have, it's like them.
Shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without, so come on. I'm talking to you, so come on.
Shout and Rhino, both of these like companies that will take old shit and re-release it. So people, they'll package it together nice, put a little bow on it, and people will buy it for $19.95 plus shipping and handling.
Probably one of those things where like the copyright is like expired because nobody, you know.
Public domain.
Yeah, that's what the word I was looking for. That was 2 words, but
stars Groucho Marx as himself as one of the panelists.
yes, he was. He was on there. That's a fact.
Interesting facts over.
All right, great job. Looking forward to it. Are you excited about this one?
You know what? Yeah, I am. And so it. Oh,
Please remain.
What?
what do you think you're doing? I gave you the board once, and this is how you do it.
Well, I'm just excited.
Twitter responses.
Twitter.
They're all dead. Karaoke Biggie.
Twitter
Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
Think I'm gonna have some.
We don't have any Twitter responses. They're all dead. Karaoke
Hey,
Biggie.
folks, Biggie here with some breaking news. My podcast, Karaoke Biggie, was just named the #1 karaoke podcast of all time. Don't believe me? Well, you shouldn't. That category definitely does not exist. My co-host Kevmo and I are in a league of our own when it comes to podcasts. So why don't you check out the world's best, well, probably only, karaoke podcast, Karaoke Biggie. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever else you get your podcast. Or you can check us out at karaokebiggie.com. Come on by every Tuesday and give us a listen. And remember, you can't be a star if you don't shine.
I was on a recent episode of Karaoke Biggie.
Right.
Loved it.
You're on all the episodes, essentially.
Well, yeah. I mean, except the ones they do at Scott's house. Actually, I was there when you heard his dog barking. That was me.
Whatever. You get so butthurt about shit.
What do I get butthurt about?
That they like did at his house.
No, I'm not at all. I was backloaded that week. Can I push the button now?
That was the no. We don't push that button yet. Jesus, man.
When did we push this button? It says that's the turbulence button. We should not be pushing that.
All right, let's break down the pilot. I'm going to set the clock for 10 minutes.
Yes, we only have 10 minutes.
This is going to be tricky because there's a lot of shit going on here.
Tons of stuff going on.
So I'm going to. This is what I'm going to point to you as soon as I press the button, and then we're going to start immediately. Ready?
High definition. All right, it says this was in high definition.
It actually does look pretty damn good.
But it's on the scrolling credits at the beginning. High definition.
We've watched pilots that were like 10 years ago that have shit resolution versus this.
Thank you. Foreshadow to the next one. There's a black cat, and there's a hot lady in a cat suit with a tail, and she's holding it. And basically, there's one detective, and there's 3 guests.
Yeah.
And there's a judge.
You got to stop right there. The woman who introduces, she's presenting this whole thing. She's kind of laying a lot of this stuff out. She turns out to be the bailiff. She also turns out to be smoking.
Oh my
fucking
God,
hot.
she's so hot.
Please don't paint over that. This girl is fucking
I
smoking.
thought I had to
hot.
rush through this.
No,
She
we
is
can always
smoking
stop
hot.
for a beignet. my
Oh
friend.
yes,
gonna-
Meta milk beignet.
She's the bailiff. Her name is Maureen, and you got the
Maureen, the fucking machine. Thanks, folks. I'll be here all night.
Good night. Lucifer is the cat.
Yeah.
I think they have
Yeah.
that cat just around for evil.
I was just amazed that cat stayed still, in front of the thousands of people when they cut away to the
I was gonna say,
crowd.
there's a big audience essentially.
That's not real.
You don't think so?
Oh no,
that's
not at all.
interesting.
I don't think it's all.
So you've got
stock.
the other-
It's from a Beatles concert.
Do you really?
I think it's from one of the Beatles concerts.
The guy there who's kind of like the host of the show, he says he's the district attorney.
That's
But
right.
But he's almost sitting back there like he is a judge.
Right. And his microphone does not have a cord sticking out of it. He moves it 3 or 4 times. There's no cord.
I didn't notice that. Well, that's funny. He says we're going to see a 10-minute movie, and we must decide who the culprit is.
Right. So we have one detective on this panel.
Yeah.
A real detective.
You got Groucho Marx.
We got Groucho Marx, a medium hot chick, and then a real famous TV producer at the time. And I got his name written down. Stan Ross.
Okay.
Stan Ross. He was a famous
I didn't
producer.
realize. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Oh, maybe we should.
Maybe I should have done interesting facts on this one.
Maybe you should do something from now on.
You ever heard of Glenn Ross? That's about him.
I've heard of commercial/billboard, which we see several times in here.
Sure.
It's commercial break. We come back. And he says, anyone on the panel who guesses correctly, I'm going to give you $500.
Yeah, in a little pouch.
Yeah, in a tiny little bag. And he says, if the detective here, the professional, doesn't get it right, and you get it right, not only do you get $500, you get another $500 on top of that. You get $1,000 total.
Which is 4 times the size of the $500 bag.
Boy,
So we go into.
I want to have sex with a Marine.
Oh yeah, we go into the movie. It's like a 10-minute movie.
It's called Murder in the Crystal Ball.
And Kazam is a guy that talks into a crystal ball and has seances and stuff, and he basically is just swindling people right for their money.
Yeah.
His wife, Lois,
Yeah.
hot as fuck.
God damn it, man.
There was some hot bitches.
I don't know what is going on here. And then the talk later with Groucho, it gets super sexual.
Yeah, it is.
I am milk boning out.
I know.
Blake, hey, I am milk boning out here.
High five that shit.
Oh my God.
So Lois and Arnold are partner. Lois is married to Kazam, and Arnold is like his partner. It's
the 3 of them doing on this con, right?
And
it's all phony, and they think, you know what? I feel like it's time to move on to the next
he's like,
town.
we're getting some heat.
And the husband and wife, they're saying, okay, this is what we're going to leave. And Arnold's like, well, what am I going to do? He says, well, I'll give you 1/3 of the cut. We've made $36,000. Here's 12, and he gives them the cash straight ahead.
Straight
Here
ahead.
you go.
And at that time, $1,200 is like all you would make in a
No,
year.
12,000.
Yeah, 12,000. That's all you would make in a year.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. And who knows how long they were there? That's a good chunk of change.
I think
back
it's just
then.
a few months. I definitely think it's just a few months.
And they said, you know what? We're going to leave town. I've got a feeling we got to do it.
I got a
now.
feeling. Oh, we don't have time for that. Sorry.
He says, okay. He says, you know what? We're canceling all. We got a couple shows coming up, or shows, but like a couple of appointments, and we're going to cancel them all. We got to go almost immediately.
Yeah, Arnold's like, but this one you said it was going to net us $4,000.
Yeah.
How can we pass that up?
Yeah. So to me, when you know you're being presented with a mystery like this, you just have to pay attention to everything. You don't know what's a clue. You don't know what's a red herring. You just got to pay.
Now
attention.
you watch this. Now you're trying to figure out who the murderer
And
is.
I'll tell you later who I thought it was.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So He says Roy, and then he goes to the next scene. It says Roy Nesbitt is an attorney at law. And he's talking to like Selena something.
Celine Dion. He's talking to Celine Dion. And
there
she's
is
an old lady.
yeah.
And she's like, she's real rich. And he's like, you can't keep blowing your money talking, giving it to this Kazam guy.
They're in his office talking.
And she's like, yeah, fuck you. I'll do what I want.
I believe in Kazam. He summoned my dead husband. And the lawyer's like, no, this is all garbage. And then she storms out.
Right.
Right.
And then there's a Martha Collins who's in a wheelchair, and her brother, Sid, has like squandered a bunch of the family's money.
The parents are gone. They left him cash, and I think he's kind of helping taking care of his sister. But at the same time, yeah, he has control of the money.
Yeah, and he bought like coal stocks, whatever those are.
Yeah, he's heavily investing in Kazam through stocks, and he's like, he's not a phony. He's my friend.
Yeah, he's really weird.
And then he leaves her.
Yeah, and then Mr. Lowe.
Yep.
Is an older man whose teenage daughter had died.
Yep.
And he wants to, he wants to have an appointment tonight. They call him up. He gets a call. Hey, be here at 9:00. He takes a bunch of cash and he brings a gun.
Yep. So all these people from these three scenes show up at Kazam's place, and a seance begins. Arnold, who's in on the con, he instructs everyone to stare into the crystal, and then all of a sudden you start hearing this moaning and tapping, and there's a floating horn and a woman's voice. There are all these things. Oh my God, Spectre, please leave us! And then he says, Carlton.
I don't know why you like Phil Spector so much.
I love that hair. It's the hair.
You talk about him all the time.
It is only the hair.
Okay.
It's only the hair.
Right.
He said, and then Carlton says I believe he's seeing something and hearing his daughter, and it's all trickery.
Sure.
I think it was Carlton Lowe was his name.
Right.
And then a detective appears from a closet.
Well, there's a shot.
Yeah.
A shot rings out like blam blam, blam blam blam, blah blah blah, and you're like, oh my God, is this Eminem or is this what's the other rapper?
I thought it was Eminem.
No, what's the other rapper he's beefing with?
Macmillan.
Kill shot guy.
Kill shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Your guess.
I'm not hip. Anyway, and so then Kazam's dead, and then you said that the Penfield he was on there earlier.
Was he?
Yeah, he got a call, he was the one that got a call from the attorney for Celine Dion's attorney.
Oh, okay.
And he was the whole time he was hiding in this cabinet, and he's like,
really
who did it? And then they go back to the game, and there's a commercial.
Well, it's funny because he says the murder. He says a detective comes out of the closet and he immediately lays it all out. He lays everything out.
Yeah.
And several people you see have guns. So you're like,
right.
You hear a gunshot.
Yeah.
Kazam falls over dead. Who did this? Commercial break. You come back and they said, these are the murder suspects. You got Carlton Lowe.
Right.
You got Lois, the wife. You got Martha, the cripple, who all of a sudden is walking around. And you got Arnold, the assistant. These are the four.
Hey, Arnold!
You're too old to have watched that, were you?
Huh?
Hey, Arnold?
I had children.
All right, fine.
I have children older than your nuts.
And he says, nuts get hard, don't they? He says that, hey, there's the guilty in this situation may lie, and the innocent must tell the truth. It's one of these four people.
I didn't understand that.
Panelists, you must ask them questions.
I didn't understand that rule.
I think there's a way you can kind of, if you ask the right questions to the right people, you're able to say, oh, these answers align, but this one doesn't.
All
You're the liar.
That makes sense.
And he says, so the expert asks first. He says, hello, what time did you arrive? He says 9 p.m. He came with $4,000 cash and a .38 caliber gun. Right?
But let's just skip all this.
You want to skip all
There's
that?
just a bunch of questions, and the whole time, Groucho Marx is getting more and more sexually inappropriate as it goes on. He's hitting on Lois, then he starts.
He's like,
hitting
"Come
on
with me to
Martha.
Mexico, Lois."
Yeah.
And Maureen to the girl. She's what she's wearing is like a one-piece black bathing suit, essentially, with a cattail.
With a cattail and nylon socks. Nylons on.
If I had masturbated twice that day before I saw it, I would have masturbated again.
Oh.
I tell you that right now.
And also,
commercial break.
Yeah, commercial break. But Stan Ross is smoking.
Oh yeah,
while on camera.
The whole time.
That's what I love about the '60s.
The commercial, he says, the time is up. All the questions are over. The panelists got what they could, what they wanted. And I said, now a commercial break. We come back, and they said, Groucho grabs the girl's cattail.
High five that shit. I wrote Groucho grabs tail.
Hell yeah. And Mr. Haley says, he's
the detective.
Hey,
Mr.
Arnold.
Haley is the detective, and his choice is
He says Arnold did it because sex and money motives.
right.
And then Stan Ross says it was Mr. Lowe.
Right. And then Sterling, her name was
The woman, yeah.
Yeah, she says that was Arnold as well.
She says that theories of Kazam being dead upon his arrival.
Right.
So, like, they thought this guy was in some sort of trance, and it was kind of like a Weekend at Bernie's situation,
Right.
is what it was, where he's already dead when everyone got there.
And
then Groucho says, Lois, pull down your skirt. It's distracting.
Yeah.
Legs like that.
And she was
Holy
uncomfortable.
shit. Did he? Oh, that's the timer. That's the timer. Are we
all
got
right. No, that's the rule. That's the rule. We can't say anything else.
All right, that's
we
the
can't
rule,
say
guys.
anything else.
Sorry.
That is the rule.
Time for turbulence.
But what there is just some turbulence.
10 minutes,
Please
man.
remain safe
That's all we
as
got.
we
You
now
got
crossing
to. It's a
invalid
rule.
zones.
It's a rule. It's just like interesting facts.
I'll ask you real quickly, just at the end here. Who did you think did it?
Oh, I thought it was Arnold
I thought it was Arnold, too.
because he was defensive.
Yeah.
And he has arms crossed, and to me, he had more of a motive.
It seemed like that. And then halfway through it,
Don't give it away. Let's not give it away.
oh, not give it away.
Don't give it away. Who did it?
No one's going to watch the show.
They will after my rating.
What? Why? Oh, boy. A little precursor there. Why didn't this work?
I think that one of the reasons it didn't work is it was going to be very expensive. It's not like a game show where you just have the people on the set. You also have to film and write these stories and then paste them into this game show. So it's like two different things. And so that's where I think it would become expensive. And this is when TV first started. Okay?
Yeah. This is about 10 years into the existence of television.
Right. So barely even scratch the surface of television, right? And it's still, producers didn't want to spend a lot of money. They want to put stuff out there because of advertising. Advertising was the main thing back then. That's how shows got made.
That's why TV exists, is to advertise.
There's not much advertising besides cigarettes and cat litter and misogyny
Right.
that you can advertise on here.
That's right. Yeah. I don't think it worked. I agree. It's to write a new story every week. It would be. I mean, I guess it's not much different from having a drama every week or something else. But like, it would be expensive because essentially, if you have a sitcom,
You're not just writing a
using the
drama,
same
you're writing a whodunit, though.
Yeah, every week in a sitcom, you're using the same sets over and over. Week after week, you're building. It's like Saturday Night Live. You're building new sets and shit, and having this whole new narrative of
New
serious
costumes.
I think it probably was pricey for the time. A little too expensive. How are you going to have that go week after week, time after time? Very expensive. If it had gone on, what would you do to improve it?
Well, I can't judge it in 2018. Can I give you my opinion on my answer via 2018 and 1963?
Obviously, we put our minds back in 1963.
Right.
But if you're able to toggle back and forth, I will allow it.
Today you couldn't do this. The sexism
Yeah.
in this show, it would be unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Even just a few years ago, you could probably get away
Right.
with it. But just right now with the Me Too shit, no way in hell.
No.
Groucho was all up in those girls' business, and I was into it.
Me too, but I to be honest with you, like put Groucho Marx right now,
Yeah.
he would be in so much trouble.
Oh my god.
He would be. You think Harvey Weinstein was bad?
I do.
And Louis C.K.
No.
Groucho Marx 10 times worse, right?
Probably so.
Yeah.
These guys are dead and buried. I don't think a lot of like dirt's coming out about them. But back then, if we had the resources we did now, holy crap!
I bet he fucked that cat woman after the
Oh
taping.
my god!
God.
I bet he stuck his cigar in her.
In her butt.
Yeah.
All right.
Blake. I bet he put his cigar in her butt.
It rubbed up against her taint.
Fucking press the button.
Oh.
Fucking press it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport. Local time is 11:11 and the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
I tell you what, it is a balmy 69 degrees.
Yes, it's balmy.
I don't like
for
to
this
use the
time of
word
year,
balmy very much, but
This time of year, it is a little hot. I should not have closed that pool up so soon.
no, you should not have. IMDb stands for Internet Movie Database. It has a score from 1 to 10 decimal points in play. What do you think the people out there in the world said about The Plot Thickens?
6.5.
6.5? It's a 6.8.
Man,
close.
that's close.
That's out of 10, 6 out of 10 from 19 ratings.
That's a good amount for that time.
People saw it.
Yeah.
It's out there. And you know what?
Most of the people that probably watch that live probably aren't even able to use the internet.
No, not at all. I think that there is some weird culture around game shows.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game show. We watched a game show this week. Congratulations to us.
Yes.
But there are whole websites dedicated to game shows. We saw one a couple weeks ago called Twisters. Remember that?
Right. Yeah. That's cool.
And it's just like people want to seek out these game shows for some reason. Sometimes they're more popular than shows that had like a star in it.
It's kind of like playing the lottery. People
is.
do it, and it just the excitement of gambling of some kind, some way.
Critic reviews. Mark Grabish Conlon of Movie Mag says The Plot Thickens is an interesting curio, but it's not surprising no one picked up this show for an ongoing run. It's hard to imagine how far they could have gone with such a bizarre concept or how long they could have kept it on the air. And as it stands, it's probably more an oddment for Marx Brothers completists than truly compelling entertainment. But the sheer weirdness of the gimmick gives it some sort of enduring appeal. I think that's summed up pretty well.
Very, very well.
How could you do that week after week? How could you come up with a million different mysteries
Right.
and still have Groucho Marx wanting to insert a cigar into a woman?
Grab her tail.
Viewer reviews. Groucho hijacks pilot. This is from October 7th, 2015. He gives it a 5 out of 10. And that's it. He just gives it a rating.
He says Groucho hijacks pilot and then just says 5 out of 10. That's
Yeah,
it.
There's nothing he doesn't give it.
Pussy.
Martin Hafer says, how could they ever think this would have been a good TV series? 1 out of 10. I really enjoy seeing TV pilot episodes. Most of them never actually did become a television series, and seeing what they might have been is pretty interesting. In the case of The Plot Thickens, you can clearly see why this program never became a regular show. Its concept was poor, and it really was a rather dumb show. The show consisted of a What's My Line sort of panel contest consisting of some detective, an ordinary guy, Jan Sterling, the actress, and of all people, Groucho Marx. The four watch a reenactment, blah, blah, blah. So, we know what it is. At the very end, he says, these combined with a dumb game show idea made for a very difficult show to even finish. It was that bad.
Wow.
I'll give you one more review here. This is 4 stars out of 5. This is D. Tixtra. I don't know what that is. It says, subject, fun show. It would seem as if the previous reviewers had never seen or heard of You Bet Your Life. Groucho carried on just the same way. Only he was the host of that show. This show was produced by John Goodall, who also created and produced You Bet Your Life. So Groucho being on the panel was not an accident, and according to John Linkletter, he was a regular. Here, James Callahan played Arnold, the assistant, years before he became known as the grandfather on Charles in Charge.
Yep, I remember.
You knew that?
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Wow. I believe the narrator within the mini-mystery was the voice of Jackson Beck, a voice actor from radio's golden age in the 1940s and 50s, and was the voice of Bluto in the Popeye cartoons.
Huh.
You recognized Arnold as the father
yes.
in Charles in
The
Charge.
grandfather.
Did you? When was Charles in Charge? Do you know?
Charles in charge of our late 80s?
Charles in Charge of the late 80s. And our nights, I believe, too, right?
Right.
So that's what people from around the internet are
He's
saying.
a bad dude, too, isn't he?
What was
Charles.
Oh,
He was-
Scott Baio?
yeah, he was-
He's fine.
You sure?
I think he probably fingered Nicole Eggert. Who wouldn't? Among us, who wouldn't?
That's true.
Okay, say Charles in Charge rolls around. He's probably 25.
Yeah.
Right? Nicole Eggert's probably 17. Right? They're working together a few years. She goes past 18, of course. And then he inserts his finger in her. Who wouldn't do that?
Yeah.
And now he's a Republican? Fucking sue him. He's fucking Scott Baio. What are you going to do,
Right.
man?
He got all kinds of pussy, probably. Oops.
He probably did. Scott Baio probably did get all kinds of pussy. You know what I'm saying? He was Chachi. Remember that fucking shit?
Yeah. You think Joni was hot? Like a weird schoolgirl, girl next door kind of hot?
No, the hair.
Yeah. That's
It's all hair.
Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett.
She probably had a big old hairy bush. You're right.
Absolutely. It wrapped around from her belly button to the
Her taint?
to the high vertebrae.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That is extreme.
She had a Maureen-like tail up her back. He was Chachi. Okay. We're winding down here. We're not doing a backwards episode now or ever again. We tried it. All right, we tried it. But this is the end of the show here.
Right.
1 out of 7. It's time to rate the pilot in question, The Plot Thickens. We take our scale, 1 through 7, from the most popular characters from the 1990s television program, accurately known as Wings.
Great sitcom.
Number 1's the worst score you're going to get. It's a character named Roy Biggins.
Ugh, hot, sweaty, sleazy. Ugh.
All the way up to a number 7, it's a Brian Hackett, my favorite character.
Bomber jacket, cool hair, pilot. There you go.
1 to 7, Captain Philip Restassure, I turn to you. How do you rate The Plot Thickens?
I got to go back to a buxom blonde, a buxom black-haired. I can't tell if it's black or brown. A buxom.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, a hot chick bump. Okay, hot chick bump. Groucho Marx.
Yes.
Love the concept. What I knew it wouldn't last, but I love. I'm rating this pilot with the bump. I'm giving it a 7.
No, you're not.
I love this.
What?
It was. I know. I loved. Here's what it. I
You're
loved.
giving it a 7.
I loved the hot chicks in it. I loved Groucho Marx was fucking hilarious. You wouldn't see that shit happen nowadays. The concept is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I seriously loved this pilot.
Did you give that old person's cartoon home a 7 too? I think you did.
I think so.
Jesus. Okay.
Are you sure? I'll give this a 7. No, I loved it. I gave it a 6.
Okay.
But then I had to give it the hot chick. I mean, there was 2 hot fucking chicks in here.
No, you're right.
And Groucho, dude, if there was a Groucho bump, I'd give it to him because he was fucking on it, dude. And I know that he would have been a regular on this show.
Yes.
Because at that time, at his age, he was just hosting game shows and just and he was just doing his shtick. He was doing his shtick when they introduced him.
Yeah.
The guy was on point all the time.
Yeah.
And you can't see that kind of stuff nowadays.
No,
you
really
would never.
can't.
And so for that fact, I give it a 7.
Wow. Top shelf. Okay. I can't go that far. I would say I give it a bump as well. Those girls, they were smoking hot. Both of them. Lois and Maureen. I tell you what, in and of themselves, they are 7s out of 7s.
And I also think
Holy
that
shit.
what made it even hotter is it kept their fucking mouths shut while Groucho said his stuff, right? They didn't even glare or nothing. They just like,
I give it a bump. It comes out to be a 5 for me.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun time. I can't see how this would be a series, though. I don't understand that. But what I did see, I did enjoy. I liked it for the most part. There were a few things that needed help along the way, but those girls were smoking hot. I give it a 5. You give it a 7. And with that, we close the book on The Plot Thickens, and we will never speak of it again.
I'll speak of it again. I know I will.
You might. Join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of Power Pack. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. The Powers kids have been given superhuman abilities, but that doesn't necessarily mean that adjusting to a new home will be any easier.
Of course not.
You can find the entire episode of Power Pack by subscribing to Couch Pilots in SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show.
I wish you would just add some periods.
I forgot. Sorry, hold on. Or go to YouTube.
And you know what to do, too.
That's exactly right. CouchPilotspodcast.com. It's a website. There's a million websites. Guess what? We're one of them. Mm-hmm. You go there, you type that into your browser, and it comes up to a page that says, hey, Facebook, hey, Gmail account, Twitter, Instagram, all these places where you can contact us. And when you do so, you're getting frequent flyer points.
Right,
You're getting them.
Just clicking and typing and saving it as a favorite.
Yeah.
But you can get all the episodes on there. You can search by date. You can search by title or just keywords.
Say you don't want to like go to the app and just flip through shit and say, oh,
Right.
I wonder if they did this. If you know about a pilot, type it into the search engine. It'll pop up if we did it.
Yep.
That's the great thing about the site. It's all free. It's all fun. And it's super accessible.
Right. And we also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/couchpilots. We have a number of different tiers.
In heaven.
And if I saw you in heaven. But go check those tiers out if you want to donate. That'd be great. We do this pro bono.
Yeah. It's part of our what is it? Charity. Our community
Probation?
service. Yeah.
No, but if you want to give up some cash we'll give
Give
you
it up,
something.
folks.
Yeah, we'll give you something.
You want to give us something? We're going to give you something.
Oh yeah, my mom taught me never to take something without giving something.
910-745-6871. It's 910 Pilots 1. Call us.
Yeah.
If you want to leave us a message, if you want to say why Blake should hang out with me more instead of making up excuses why he can't. Okay? If you want to leave us the essay via the phone of why you should host Couch Pilots.
You know what? To be honest with you, I probably would add some bonus points when deciding if they were on that.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I think any way you contact us, it's a level playing field.
Any way you contact, that's the way you contact. Any way you contact. Oh,
You're going to get frequent flyer points any which way about it.
any which way but loose. R.I.P.
Sing it.
Burt Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, he did just die. That's right. I feel like he died without much fanfare.
But did you die? Sally Fields said, "I'm glad he died before my book came out because he would be heartbroken at what I said about him."
Really? Mm-hmm. What does she say about him?
He was a fucking dirtbag. He's just a mustache dirtbag, baby.
Captain Philip Restisher, we're at the end of the show. Do you have a message of positivity that you like to put out there to all of our frequent flyers before we go?
Sure do. We're in fall, folks.
Yeah, it's here.
Bundle up.
Fall's here, guys.
Smell the. Go out there.
The leaves are burning.
Smell it. Just there's a chill in the air. Just embrace it and know that this is as good as it's going to be for the next few months, weather-wise. Right?
Yeah, we're
Pumpkins. Go get them.
we're entering the shit. You know what's funny now is like it's about to be fall here. It's about to be spring where Dee Dee is.
Yeah, she's gonna be
about summertime. For her.
Yeah, she's gonna throw it in our face.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either.
Oh my god,
Love you, Dee Dee.
Oh, we love you.
No, so just enjoy the change of the season. If you think about how summer goes into fall, goes into winter, goes back to spring.
Yes.
If you think about what all happens, it's not just about the weather changing.
No.
It's the death. And it's the newbornness, and you know what I mean. It's just
the stillbornness. That's right.
The hibernation, the cigarettes during pregnancy.
Absolutely.
So enjoy your fall, folks, and don't forget, come to Couch Pilots.
We'll see you at CouchCon, right?
Yeah, and if again, Amazon.com, just search Couch Pilots.
I think we have one more show before actual CouchCon happens.
But I just want to remind you. Can I just remind you?
Oh yeah, we're ramping up.
$450. That's all we're asking for 3 days. The live feed
for the stream. Yeah, absolutely.
Four cameras.
And with that, this pilot may have been rough, but it is always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.
Love you.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this